Chapter 5. Fear of missing out. It was a good night. Not just fine, not just okay. Good. Tom noticed it in the small things. The way Chloe leaned in when she laughed. The conversation didn't stall. It didn't need forcing. The way silence, when it came, felt comfortable instead of awkward. They had been seeing each other for 6 weeks now. Long enough to know the rhythm of each other's thoughts. Short enough that everything still felt new. Walking her home, Tom felt it. That rare, quiet certainty. This could be something real. At her door, Chloe smiled. I had a really nice time tonight. Me too, he said. And he meant it. She kissed him lightly, then stepped inside. The door closed. Tom stood there for a moment, then turned, hands in pockets, and started walking back. Halfway down the street, his phone buzzed. A notification. Reflexively, he pulled it out. The app. You have new likes? He hesitated, just for a second, then tapped it. Faces appeared instantly. New profiles, new possibilities. People he hadn't seen before. People who hadn't been part of his decision when he chose Chloe. And just like that, something shifted. Not dramatically, not enough to erase how good the night had been, but enough to introduce a question, a quiet one. Persistent. What if? This is how FOMO works. It doesn't tell you that what you have is bad. It simply suggests that something else might be better. Tom scrolled. A woman who shared his exact taste in music. Another who had traveled to the same obscure places he had. Someone who, at least on paper, seemed almost perfectly aligned. His mind began to compare. Not intentionally, automatically. Chloe liked music, but not the same bands. She enjoyed traveling, but preferred comfort over spontaneity. She was warm, thoughtful, and easy to be with. But these profiles, they hinted at something more precise, more tailored, more ideal. Am I choosing too soon? The thought landed softly, but it stayed. Over the next few days, nothing outwardly changed. Tom still saw Chloe, still laughed, still enjoyed her company, but internally a quiet restlessness had taken root. When she spoke, part of his mind listened. Another part evaluated, measured, compared. When she mentioned something she didn't like, he noted it. Someone else might like that. When conversation dipped slightly, even for a moment, would it be easier with someone else? The problem wasn't Chloe. It was the invisible presence of everyone else. Infinite alternatives, always available, always just one swipe away. A week later, Chloe brought it up. You feel a bit distant, she said gently. Tom frowned. I don't think I am. But even as he said it, he wasn't entirely sure. Because distance doesn't always look like absence. Sometimes it looks like hesitation, like holding back just enough to keep options open. That night, alone in his flat, Tom opened the app again, not out of dissatisfaction, but out of uncertainty. He scrolled, matched with someone new, started a conversation. Nothing serious, just exploring. But something subtle had already happened. By keeping the door open to something better, he had made it impossible to fully step into what he already had. Days passed, then weeks. Eventually, things with Chloe faded. No dramatic ending, no clear reason, just a gradual loss of momentum. It just doesn't feel right, Tom said, struggling to explain something he didn't fully understand himself. Chloe nodded, though her eyes searched for something more concrete. Afterward, Tom sat alone again, phone in hand, app open, more profiles, more possibilities. But this time, the excitement felt thinner. The choices are less meaningful because the question that had followed him before, what if there's someone better, had no answer, only repetition. And in chasing the possibility of something perfect, he had let something real quietly slip away. Because when every choice feels temporary, commitment begins to feel like a risk. And when commitment feels like a risk, you never stop looking, even when you've already found something worth staying for.